assure you that when the appropriate time comes, and we also start the same thing that the Igbos are doing, and you come to the land, we will buy you before you buy us. If you don't get pie in the southeast, you will get pie in Yoruba land. No. Just one letter to Downing Street has created a lot of trouble in Nigeria. That tells you the power of the pen by Professor Banji Akintoye. I myself don't know the content of the letter, but evidence has pointed that the letter is already with King Charles. You can listen crystal clear, but you cannot see. It's like a radio. While people might say nothing is going to happen, we will prepare you that in case it happens, so I was listening to my brother once again, like I said, Arole 1010. There is already a guerrilla warfare between the federal government of Nigeria and the Biafra Liberation Army. Don't expect the military to tell you anything, but it is already ongoing. How soon it will escalate is what people don't know. But we can't escalate here, irony, or might escalate. A former head of state, General Yakubu Gowon, ó fi èrò ọkàn ẹ̀ hàn pé a lè tún jẹ́ kí ogun ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà, then tá a bá fẹ́ jẹ́ kí ogun kó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà, kí ni ohun tó yẹ ká ṣe? Òun là ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn àgbàlagbà ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. I don't want a war, but you can't get this freedom without a push. Daily Post reports that the Nigerian Civil War was fought in 1967 till 1970. People talk about 5 million. What about those that are still affected psychologically? You, when you just arrived London 20 years ago, any small thing, you would claim your right, that your right has been affected psychologically. What about the millions of people that were in the war or outside the war in 67, 68, 69, 70? You think, say, they are still not affected? How many of us would have been involved in a slight accident in this country and we get paid through the insurance, even though nothing happened to you? Even though, say, the car just, you see Nigerians here in the UK, just a kiss with their car, with another car, they go, they hold their neck because they know that money will come out. They will send them to different clinic. We all know how this thing works. It's not, I'm not talking about people that got involved in a fatal accident, that lose their lives, or somebody lost their limbs, or somebody died. Ama Uche, all the way from Italy, Mukie. And we claim our right. Who is paying for the Biafra war that took place 67 till 70s? Should we afford another war again? We must find a peaceful solution to their problems. You want to claim right abroad. I'm not talking about people in Nigeria, because there's no right in Nigeria. I'm talking to the diaspora, the Nigerian diaspora, that claim right in America, Canada, with a motor accident. And you know that motor accident, But because you know you will get paid, you are holding your neck until the ambulance arrive and they put POP. Nothing is wrong with you because you know the payout is about some $1,000, some £1,000. Who pay for the devastating psychological effect of millions of the people known as the Biafrans? Like their veteran says in Finland, they just played the first half and they went on a long break. The second half have started. Don't sit back and say, the first half, as we watch Arsenal beat Manchester, you know that after 45 minutes, they go back inside and their coach will tell them, say, go back on the field and defeat that game. Or if not, you're going home as a loser. The Biafra will fight with their last blood. So the second half of the war is already ongoing. We can still stop it before it escalates into Yoruba land and other part of Nigeria and the neighboring countries. Government, tell the government that this is the second half that is about to play out. Gowon, speaking in Plateau where thousands of Christians have been massacred. That is the region, I believe, where Dr. Late Malafia, Ibelutiwa, either Plateau, yeah, that region. Speaking of the Plateau Unity Christmas Carol, they are still having time for Christmas Carol. And Praise Festival in Jos, Plateau State. Gowon, the retired general, expressed worried over the state of insecurity. So who is the cause of the insecurity? Ṣáwọn Yorùbá ni? Ṣáwa Yorùbá ni àwa la mú insecurity wọlé Nàìjíríà? Àwa ta fẹ́ lọ sóko, a fẹ́ dáko, mo kí àmì Ìyábọ̀ Olóbùnmi Olúwọlé, mo fi tọ̀wọ̀tọ̀wọ̀ kí màmá. Mo kí bàbá wa Olóbọ̀ Adébíyì. Are we the cause of the insecurity? And the Biafrans the cause of the insecurity? Everybody knows those that are reason why there is insecurity in Nigeria. But you want to shift the blame to the people that you should not shift the blame to. Because we don't like them. Because they don't like us. So Gowon is now saying, praying that Nigeria will not experience another civil war disturbances. It is not the prayer anymore. It is the discussion on the table with genuine acceptance that United States of Biafra is no longer part of Nigeria. If not, the second half will go even much hotter. Let's go back to the spiritual realm. That is the physical side. Let's go back to the spiritual realm from this man of God. The unthinkable is about to happen in the southeast. I am not a spiritually person. I can't see anything. I am looking at things from the physical side, from what we have read in history, from what we are seeing physically. But people can see things from the long spiritual realm. Take it, believe it, accept it. That is your own cup of tea, not mine. Bomb bastard, Olori Buruku, Omali. Moki Ashake TV show.
I said, what's this? Is it satanic or demonic or what's this? And I began to say, I rebuke this said, no, you can't cast it out. You can't rebuke it. Because this is what's called the things that will unfold. And after that, there will be a conversion that will convert to natural human, because the season of this season and the time, and what I'm seeing is what's called a dragon season, and this was called a serpent season. This was called what's called evil versus evil. This was called good versus good, and this was called water versus water, and this was called fire versus fire, and this was called heaven versus earth. And I see in the realm of the spirit, and I ask myself, Lord, should I release the power of the Holy Ghost to fight this? And the Lord said, no. This is what's called made for the time of the season before total conversion.
Oh no, won't be alone. Won't be alone, because people have what it takes. When we can see evil, we can stop it. What we are doing now is we are seeing something and we are pleading, we are begging, we are putting it on record. Today is the 4th of December 2024 from London, 23:25 local time, winter, so that nobody will say, when you knew, why didn't you come out and speak out? We are doing exactly that now. But are they going to listen, or they'll just take us for granted? Mo kí àwọn media as well. Mo kí lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí ìyá wa olóríire Àṣàkẹ́ TV show. Èmi àti bàbá ti sọ̀rọ̀, ẹ ṣé gan ni. Mo kẹ́yìn tẹ́ ń bẹ lórí Twitter Space àti Twitter Live. Safety Domain says Gowon knows he will soon die. Whether he likes it or not, he is reminded of the genocide he committed against the Biafra people. Eshegoni. We want Nigeria to dissolve peacefully without a bloodshed of anyone. But the evils around the world wants that bloodshed, and some people are ready to defend whatever it takes. This man is saying that he was asking the Creator, whatever your faith or belief system are. I am a Muslim, and I also believe in our tradition, and I believe in Christian. Oh no, won't be alone. Do I intervene to stop it? God said no. This must be allowed to play out. Because the blood of the innocent, like Deborah that was burned to death, Dr. Chinelo that was killed on the train, our massacre in Ondo State, and many, many cases of innocent people, regardless of their faith, that the demonic country has sucked their blood because they can't get access to the medical in the hospital. People died. Women died during pregnancy because there is no adequate support to give the woman oxygen. And you are calling God to save Nigeria. Waris Jinodu Mokeisa. It is too late. God is not stupid. God gave Nigeria every period of time to rectify all the problems. So nobody should come and tell us about God will rescue Nigeria. Not even Baba Deboye. I dare him to come out and talk about God will rescue Nigeria this time around. Because he's the most respected Yoruba pastor in Nigeria. Don't play with God. Because God gave every one of them the privilege to rectify the problem. And that is why from the spiritual realm, the Nigerian flag is gone. The physical side is now a battle between the United States of Biafra and the federal government. Nobody knows what calculation the Yorubas are preparing. Wọ́n náà wà ní àní ọgbọ́n Elédùmarè ló fún wa nìyẹn. They don't know. Just one letter to Downing Street has created a lot of trouble in Nigeria. That tells you the power of the pen by Professor Banji Akintoye. I myself don't know the content of the letter, but evidence has pointed that the letter is already with King Charles. No, Britain is not going to break up Nigeria. Britain is not... shut up. You don't know the power of the pen. The pen is like a bullet. You drop it, everybody's looking for where the bullet is going to land. That letter is not 2 months yet. And the copy is currently with King Charles. I'm looking at what the call I got, and I was told the meeting between me and Queen Charles, the former Queen Elizabeth rather, not me. My parents plot méjèèjì pé things is about to go down. And like I put on my timeline, the dark cloud is hovering. Nobody can pray to stop it. The only prayer is to dissolve it. If you are still praying to hold on to it, it will consume every one of us. Gbogbo àpáta ló máa consume. Let's go back to the spiritual realm.
Season before total conversion, Kratos Radius Kopo. Before conversion, Kapratosia Praria. Who is going to stand against this that I'm seeing? Is there any human being on earth to stand against this? Can America stand against this? Can Germany stand against this? Can what power stand against it? Who can stand against what the major prophet God is seeing right now? Kato Fradila Askoshika, Mazen Tokofopa Hashika, Rabba Hashikarata, Krasikatara, Frakatara. I am saying this one all is surfacing. This is stronger than lion, stronger than dragon, stronger than viper.
How many times have I sat here without taking you to the spiritual realm and I say, there are no born America world to stop Yoruba nation? America world to beg. They are superpower. They're not born them to tell us that they're not going to be Yoruba nation. They're not born United Kingdom world to tell us that they will not be Yoruba country. They never born anybody for this country saying they're not going to be Yoruba country. For where? Our land ile. As something pè ní Yoruba fún mi. Mo kí our comfort Adeleye. Baba wa Adébámbọ̀ Olúgbẹ̀bí mo kí yín. Ìyá mi Kẹ́mi Fáṣọlá. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn CAF sisters, all the Muslims in the United Kingdom, all the Christians àtàwọn oníṣẹ̀ṣe, Ifádùwà temple mo kí ìyá mi. The man of God is saying that he was asking, he was looking, who can stop this? Can America stop it? Can UK stop it? Can France stop it? Let Tinubu go to more countries and bring weapons, support to crush the Biafra. It's too late. You can't stop them. So to avoid more bloodshed, let's dissolve it amicably. It can still be done. But you're one of those say nothing can happen. Nigeria. and fear me wewu. If you are one of those from the east, and this is just an advice, you are from the east and you are still in the Nigerian military, forget about the Yoruba in there. I'm talking about you in the east. And you will take weapon and go to that same east in Biafra land to kill your people. Do you know what you are doing? I hope you understand what you want to do. If you are still in, I am not asking you to leave the military now, but at the time that they are sending you to the east, you need to convert automatically to the Biafra Liberation Army. Nobody needs to tell you that. From the day when you'll be the one where they go say, next week we are going to the southeast, we are going to do this, just say, okay, okay. As you they enter, find your way out of the Nigerian military and abandon and join the Biafra Liberation Army to defend the homeland. If you go in there and commit crime to your people, your generation will not be remembered again in the Biafra land. The gods of the Biafra land will not allow the whole of your generation to be remembered. So you better be careful. It's just a brotherly advice. I am not asking you to leave the Nigerian military if that is what is paying you for now. But do not go to that path and commit crime against your people. Fẹ́yìn ọmọ Yorùbá tí ẹ ṣì ń bẹ nínú military. I know you will do it because of your hatred for the Igbos. But let me assure you that when the appropriate time comes, and we also start the same thing that the Igbos are doing, and you come to the land, we will buy you before you buy us. If you don't get pie in the southeast, you will get pie in Yoruba land. You will go down. We will not wait for the gods of the Yoruba land to deal with you alone. We will buy you. And all your generation, we will buy them as well. Every single one of them, we will take them out. We will make sure that if we know that this is you, after we buy you, we will look your name and we will send people to your own generation and they're going to buy every one of them. So you better start thinking. This generation will be brutal more than the previous generation. So the best option is when you are sent to the Biafra land, exit. If you cannot leave Nigeria, which a lot of your colleagues have done, I know a lot of them, and I will not tell you their location, that have left Nigeria because of the injustice. And I want you to look at it from the point of where Lagbaja was killed, a Yoruba man, by the Fulanese, poisoned to death. So, tó bá jọmọ Yorùbá tó ń bẹ ní military, continue to get your salaries. But the time you'll be sent to the southeast is the time to leave the Nigerian army. It's just an advice. But I know that the Biafra Liberation Army will buy you. So you will not even get to Yoruba land when we start our own, because they will have buy you there. The Fulanis are going to fight you very hard. The Biafras, prepare for them. We have seen them on the social media. They have sent us strong warning. We have seen their rhetorics. They are well networked and connected. The late Malafia told us that they have sophisticated weapons. They have money. And they will do collateral damage to your people. Don't take them for granted. Let me repeat again. The Biafrans, the USB, the United States of Biafra, the citizens, don't take the Fulanis for joke. They've been well trained. They are fighters. They are not amateur as you might think they are. They are well funded. And they will commit crime against your people. I have seen first-hand attack on our own people when I was home in 2021. Some of those videos we can show you. It has only been archived and documented. And I'm talking about just few hours after the attack, few places that I will not want to reveal. I saw that these people are not human beings. I will not give you the details of what I saw. It's part of my job as a journalist to witness such. Some of the ones that these are not humans, they are evils. Yes, we've seen them cutting people's hand and that, but they've done much worse than that. And I don't want you to go to bed thinking about it. Let me worry about that myself. It's 3 years now, and I still remember what I saw. Momonto Jumiri, with Chief and few of us that got there, but they were already gone by the time we got there. But the damage to that community will never be forgotten. And let me just give you one hint of what they did with Dr. Aborode. Aborode was tied and chopped to almost pieces. A PhD Yoruba man, not the one that many Yoruba people are buying. I'm talking about well-studied. Wasopa, Wadepa. At least you heard about that one. Okoloyun, I'm sure you know that woman they called Okoloyun or something like that. You don't want to know what they did to her. So sit back there and say, there is going to be nothing. And nothing is going to happen. If you have not experienced them firsthand, it is easy for you to say that in your comfort zone. I saw it firsthand, fresh, and I'm talking about fresh, few hours after the attack. But they were gone before we got there. It was an hit and run. Let's go back to Gowon. All the various crises that we are having in Nigeria are so disturbing at whose fault? If everything that we are experiencing in Nigeria today is disturbing. At whose fault? The fraudulent amalgamation that we are now saying, de-amalgamate it, so that Yoruba people can go, Hausa people can go, every one of us can go, and we can then still look at ourselves and work out our differences within ourselves before we start talking about our neighbors. This is something that God knows we should not be having after civil war. He knows that we will have this after civil war because that was first half. The game did not complete in 1970. So the football match, ó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ padà báyìí. And you know, in a football match that is tense, they will kick their legs, they will run, they will sweat. Body go touch body, firepower go touch firepower. And that is what the spiritual man is talking about. Gowon is talking about the physical, he's talking about the spiritual. How do we resolve it? We must come on the table, and as Baba Akintoye now say, as I come back to his own words, these are Baba Akintoye words. Àwọn olórí burúkú tó máa ń sọ pé Baba Akintoye ò ṣe nǹkan kan. Baba Akintoye wrote this almost 2 years ago. And let me read it out quickly. Nigeria needs now the courage to dissolve peacefully. Part 1. And I want you to listen carefully. And if you can take notes, we'll come back to the spiritual man of God. Because I'm adding everything and joining it so that I lay ye dada. So that even if you don't believe the spiritual man, you must believe one. You must either believe Baba Akintoye or believe Gowon. I'm giving us 3 different options on the table tonight to work with. And adding my own input. At independence in 1960, Nigeria was truly the economic giant and hope of Africa. Nigeria was 25% of the population of Black Africa. One of the regions of the Nigerian Federation, the Western region, had the most intensely educated population in Africa. And Nigeria therefore had the largest and the most solid class of educated professionals in Africa. By the time of independence in 1960, Nigeria ranked as one of the world's largest exporter of cocoa from Western region, palm product from the Eastern region, and groundnut from the Northern region. Of minerals, Nigeria was an exporter of tin mining in Jos Plateau, where Gowon was speaking, and coal mining on Idu Hill near Enugu, just after Simon the PM was called for interrogation. We heard about the attack in Enugu by the Fulani terrorists. And every region of Nigeria had a rich deposit of minerals that Tinubu is now using to negotiate France to give them support against the Biafra. The Western region had the second largest deposit of bitumen in the world, and the Northern region had a deposit of uranium. Nigeria was known to have rich deposit of petroleum, the excrement of the devil. By the 1970s, Nigeria became one of the leading producers and exporters of petroleum in the world, earning phenomenal revenues that made Nigeria one of the world's richest countries. And today, 60% of Nigerians do not have any jobs. With the large amount of crude oil that has been extracted by Shell, BP, all these big multinational companies. Altogether, you would think that Nigeria seemed to be heading to success, wealth, prosperity and power 64 years down the line, the average Nigeria cannot have 3 square meals. No electricity, no education. Agboro now we must say India for medical. Unhappily, however, Nigeria lack the inner unity. And today, everybody is asking that we should go and find unity among ourselves. But Jonathan says the unity of Nigeria is only a British intention. And I'm just trying to say anything that pops up under unity. On how is it? 2 days ago, Indigo backed Tinubu's tax reform, calls for national unity on economic restructuring. Olórí burúkú, àwọn wèrè, àwọn bomb bastard, àwọn olè àgbàlagbà, àwọn olè Igbo. Or how is it? Just like the Afeniferis. Àwọn Afenifer bí olè olórí burúkú, àwọn bàbá òfò, àwọn tó yẹ ká ti dá sílẹ̀ sí lára. Wicked people. Asking Tinubu that they will back him. They are not backing the one that their people are asking for. They are asking Tinubu that they will back Tinubu that is only going to be there as is be the last president, God's willing, before the whole thing collapse on his head. The Ohanize saying that they are backing Tinubu just as they back Buhari and back Jonathan and back Yar'Adua and back Obasanjo, all these criminals, social cultural group, as they call themselves, àwọn olè, àwọn tí ara wọn nìkan ló mọ̀. Let's go for another headline. FRCNHQ stakeholders call for unity, innovation in Nigerian fight against corruption. Yoruba, the biggest thieves. Igbo, biggest thieves. Hausa, biggest thieves. Fulani, they took over the whole military structure and put us under them. Those are the biggest barawos supported by the Western world. So you say I should shut up. There will never be unity in Nigeria because, unhappily, as Babakitoye says, Nigeria needs now the courage to dissolve peacefully. However, Nigeria lacks the inner unity and strength needed for such greatness. Don't allow Igbo to become president. They will hijack everything. Oh, let Tinubu become the president and let him play nepotism. Buhari did the same thing. And we are looking for unity. Go and buy it in Ojuelegba market or Owerri market. Obushi people. We will find unity among ourselves. We will work ourselves. And you know what? And I have people that marry Igbo, and we have people that marry Hausa. We can find unity among ourselves. That is people looking for love. You know how many Yoruba people marry English people? You know how many Igbo people marry, their beautiful wives in Europe? We saw them, we see them now with their mixed race children. That is you looking for love. Does not mean that everybody accepts it. You're talking about people that doesn't speak the same language, have different ideology. And why unity? The unity that you're looking for as they continue to enrich themselves alone. The hundreds of peoples of Nigeria, and when they say hundreds, because we are now about 200 million. But as at the time, we were not up to that amount. We were pushed together in 1914 by British. That area, new intelligence has come to me, like I said, Timothy Explore, by a caller that came to me and told me that he asked the late Queen Elizabeth about the 1914 amalgamation. I will not say what I was told. This is a new development that just come to me. Mr. Koiki, I have the privilege and I have all the evidence that I will give to you to prove what I'm saying. That the 1914 amalgamation was put to Queen Elizabeth before she died on this nonsense country they call Nigeria. But I will not give you all the details yet. So the one that we have been exploring is still the same thing, but there is still more now open worms to what I had. Because it has now given me, as a journalist, that wow, explore the but let me get all my facts before I start pushing that narrative to the social media of this fraudulent 1914 amalgamation, how it all came about. Because new intelligence is now arrived on my desk that we have never, nobody, not people in the South, not even in Nnamdi Kanu have ever explored that area. It now shows that this criminal country, the dark cloud is hovering it. And that is why the man of God says, nobody can stop it. Before we go back to the spiritual side, and I'm almost 1 hour, 32 minutes, and literally, I don't want this program to be 3 hours. And I want to talk about the history of the Yorubas a little bit. And we can't complete the program. So we're going to have to continue tomorrow, because I will not do more than 2 hours. But you're not paying me enough for pushing for 3 hours. Until then, the peoples were pushed together. Push the people together. Bí ọmọ Yíbò pẹ̀lú ọmọ Hausa together. Bí ọmọ Yorùbá pẹ̀lú wọn, ó yẹ lọ mú Fúlàní wá kẹ̀dá sí wọn láàrin. Ẹ dá wèrè pé síbẹ̀ kọ́ lọ máa wá unity. And look at us fighting each other. Looking for unity, fake unity. Fake love. That can never exist between Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, and the Fulani way we don't know. They just put that one. And that one became very powerful in the country. So when you hear people like the Remi Tinubu say, Nigeria First Lady unveiled the nation unity fabric. Remember, we talked about that in September. That the thing where they want to take unite Biafra, where they kill their people, where Remi Tinubu no go that side and say, it's not our own, that it's not these people that do it all, but can we see if we can have even people come and take free psychological medicals so that we can pump money into that region? No. All what Remi Tinubu did, Nigerian First Lady Senator Oluremi Tinubu has unveiled the hashtag One Nigeria Unity Fabric, which she described as a symbol of national unity. The fabric was designed by 25 years old Miss Muyilo Muyi Folua Bamidele. Why not designed by Igbo person? Why not designed by Hausa person? You see why we're looking for unity. Why must it be a Yoruba girl? So are you saying that there is not one Igbo bad girl that could do that same design? And we are looking for unity. Because the Igbos or the Biafrans, whatever they want to call themselves, have the right to question why is it that is a Yoruba girl making a use. Why not Remi Tinubu say, oh, now Yoruba, why not let's just make the Igbo or Biafra or Hausa people happy? Let's put Hausa. No. The nepotism even got to that section, and I'm reading this for the first time because I never even went deep to understand and say it like this before. Omo Yoruba officially, a 25 years old designer. So we don't get Biafra will be designer. We don't get Hausa will be designer. We don't get other ethnic indigenous people. The nepotism continue. And we are looking for unity. And shiri. Emawa unity kakiri. Bamidele graduated from the University of Ibadan. Why not from University of Enugu? Why not from University of Ahmadu Bello? Mokiawa Comfort Ologunja. Welcome into the broadcast now. So when we are talking about that, unhappily, however, Nigeria lacked the unity. Remi Tinubu said, no, that was the 1914 amalgamation. With this unveiled nation's unity fabric. How many of you have bought yours? Ashwebi, Dizima 123. What is the pay hour in 2050? And what is the pay capita in 2024? It's $2,449 per year. Yoruba nation's self-determination, freedom, and prosperity will transform the world via innovation and creativity. Nobody will be running to go and join politics. People that will join politics are going to work for us. Not like the one that Emefiele, 755 duplexes. But what about the one that Tinubu has acquired? We all know how many land it took from people in Lagos State. Even the body land that is living, I'm told it doesn't own it. It took it. But it's very easy for Yoruba man to attack Emefiele. Well, we leave Yaya Bello alone. No, don't talk about Yoruba people criminal. Let's focus on the Igbo criminal force. And we're looking for unity. You can see that there can never be peace in the land. To the Amparo Funawani. The hundreds of the people of Nigeria, remember that we've read this before, it's just a refresher. As I was tidying up, I come across it again. I said, this would be good to refresh our mind. Because journalists must always refresh the people's mind. We did a whole month and month on this topic last year. Nigeria needs now the courage. Just type it on my YouTube. So this is like a refresher course. But this is a lecture room. And this platform is not for violence. But it talks about how people can defend themselves. The hundreds of the peoples of Nigeria were pushed together in 1914 fraudulent amalgamation by the British. But when we say by the British, who exactly was pushing the narrative? A new intelligence has got to me that we've never explored before. We're radically different in culture. Radically. When they say something is radically, I want to wear ashoke. I don't want to wear all these Igbo outfits because it doesn't look good on me. I be Yoruba man. I don't want chop tuwo when I go party. I want chop amalangbegiri. If I go Igbo party, they give me a dikaikon and their food. I will accept it. If they say the theme of the outfit is to dress in the Igbo way as we dress as Allah Queen and all these events, I will dress in that theme. But I don't expect to go to a Yoruba party and they're serving me tuwo. I have the right to question them. Only if maybe the wife is from the north. Our culture is different. Our political traditions, religion, attitude to religious diversity, the North by Deborah for blaspheming. Deborah was by. We saw it now. Don't look at me. Now don't see the video. Now me go tell you how the video looks like. You know, see that man we say na me put the matches, put fire on her for talking about Muhammad. The same Saudi Arabia that killed a journalist in their embassy in Turkey. Khashoggi was killed, murdered. They chopped the body. The same Saudi Arabia where Olori Buruku people for North, they defend Islam. I don't think you understand what I'm saying. Saudi Arabia took out one of their citizens. His name is called Khashoggi. Khashoggi Jamil Ahmed was a Saudi journalist, descendant, author, columnist for Middle East Eye and Washington Post, and the general manager and editor-chief of Al Arab News channel, who was assassinated. That's why they want Koiki come back to Nigeria so that I can be assassinated and chopped to pieces, which is never going to happen. No, come back and do this in Nigeria because you know that there is no rules and regulation in Nigeria. No, don't sit in UK. Let us come and do it together. If you ever tell me to come back to Nigeria, you go better for your papa and your mama. Idiot all over the place. In Nigeria happen to you and your family as they're torturing Dele Farotimi right now. Where is Daddy Yati? 4 years, dead, alive, nobody knows. Look at them looking at me. They'll go and vote again 2027. Where is Daddy Yati? No, who knows where he is? Nobody knows. Do you know how many innocent Yoruba people are in prison for crime that they've not committed? If they commit a crime, take them to the court and charge them and sentence them. But don't put people in the prison because you had something. They told you something about them. What led to the death of Jamil Ahmed Khashoggi in Istanbul? All you need to know about the Saudi journalist death. This is BBC, your most loved channel. 24th of February 2021. Killing of Jamil Khashoggi. On the 2nd of October 2018. Jamil Khashoggi, a US-based journalist and a critic. Anybody that's a critic must be prepared for an attack, spiritually, physically, from everyone that you are criticizing. So you must prepare your mind. If it's going to happen, but we pray it doesn't happen to any one of us. But you must put it at the back of your mind that it can happen. It was a critique of the Saudi Arabia's government. But since it's not in Saudi Arabia, you would think that no problem. But sometimes you might want to do something with your embassy, which it needed something to be done. He was living in Turkey with his wife. He booked to visit their embassy. I'm talking about the Saudi Arabia embassy. He walked with his leg into the consulate. He never made it out. He was murdered. These are the same kind of Islam practiced in the northern part of Nigeria, where Deborah was spy. But Nigerians do not see that. They are more worried about Simon Ekpa. They are more worried about Igboho and Koiki Media. And they forgot that we are living with people that have, according to Babaki Toye, they are not religious tolerant. You talk about their Islam, they will buy you. In the month that followed, conflicting narratives emerged over how he died and what happened to his remains Imagine they murdered him, they took every part of his body, they dissolved it. And who was responsible? Saudi officials says the journalist was killed in a rogue operation by a team of agents sent to persuade him to return to the kingdom. Do you understand that? Saudi is saying, look, two agents that will say, go and talk to Khashoggi that, look, we love you. We are a critic to the government. It's normal. But we love you. Come back home. They are the one that did what we did not send them to go and do. Do you believe that? Idiot all over the place. PhD idiot Yoruba people. PhD Biafrans idiot that doesn't believe in the cause of what they say there's a country, or Haize is supporting Tinubu against their people because they want ego manya. The Saudi officials said again, I quote, the journalist was killed in a rogue operation by a team of agents. We don't know how many of them, maybe not 5, maybe not 6, sent to persuade him to return to the kingdom, while the Turkish officials said the agent acted on orders from the highest level of Saudi government. Who was Jamil Khashoggi? As a prominent Saudi journalist, he covered major stories like we are doing right now. What are the major stories today in Nigeria? Ask yourself, what are the major stories going on in Nigeria? It covered the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan, the rise of the late Al-Qaeda leader Osama bin Laden for various Saudi news organizations. For decades, the 59-year-old was close to the Saudi royal family and also served as an advisor to the government. And he probably turned his side against them, just as Igboho. Igboho is a political thug. Igboho worked for Tinubu. Igboho is even the one that put Adeleke in Osun State. Bomb bastard and Lori Bruku. But now that Igboho turned against the politicians, after he knows in and out of them, what do you think they're going to do with him? So you think that they will just allow Igboho to continue doing what he's doing after knowing more about them? The first thing they did was say if we can take him out, just as they took Jamil Khashoggi out in 2018 in Saudi Arabia, in Istanbul. The difference is Oloye is not a journalist, but he was part of those that were the political system in Nigeria. And he says, look, okay, I don't want to be part of it anymore. I want to be part of my people. That is where Oloye problem started with them. If Oloye was not part of us, can you go and tell MC Oluomo to join Yoruba Nation and he go answer you? You think MC Oluomo is not listening to us? He listens, he says he doesn't care. First, his father is the one in power. Second, his ambition is to become the president of the National Union Road Transportation System in Nigeria. Third, he's also probably going to have ambition to become a king, because we saw his move. He wanted to become a king in Oshodi. We saw all the atrocities that he committed in that axis, that I have a lot of witnesses and evidence. So after Tinubu finished, you think MC will sit in Abuja? No, he's coming back to Lagos, where they will give him a position as the next king to one particular area, and he will have his motorcade. And each time he goes out, you think, if they say, oh, that's the governor that, oh, no, it's not governor, it's MC Oluomo, and you will count like 15 cars with heavily armed security. That is the kind of country they want us to continue to live. Mad people all over the place. So let's come back to Khashoggi. We know now that he was part of the royal family, close to there. He served even as an advisor to the government. So what changed? What was Khashoggi saying in the system that says, no, no, I'm not working with you anymore. I am against this. And you think that they will let him go with all the information that he knows? That becomes a threat to his life, which eventually took his life. So when some people say, hey, Igboho is not doing Yoruba Nation anymore. Igboho left and go and support Tinubu. And some idiot people from those that call themselves the Southeasterners, not a true Biafrans, would dare not ever talk and say Igboho is compromised. If they say that, they are born bastard as well. Go better for you now. And it's surely. Were you there when they gave Igboho money? Were your papa there? Hey, Igboho has collected money. We're not hearing anything. Idiot all over the place. I'm all lushy. If they've killed him, that's why you just say the same thing, that Igboho collected money and they kill him. That is the price you pay if you switch around to the true side of the people. That is the sacrifice. Is paying for that sacrifice. And you say some of us should not appreciate it. So you want me to appreciate them so more than Igboho? I'm asking. No, you can't love Igboho more than Yoruba land. No. Who tell you say we don't love Yoruba land? If I don't love Yoruba land, I'll go to my bed. You don't have to. You force me to come out. Anybody force me to sit here? Say you think say my Igboho they force me make I come back on the talk. You think say na Baba Akintoye? It is under my own wish. 517 guests traveled to Finland at their own will. Nobody put gun for their head. Say, if una no go Finland, make the say una, we go blow your head off. Every single one of them, which we say thank you so much for telling the Finnish government that the Finnisher, the good guy, PM Simon Ekpa, is not a criminal. Because that was the same thing that we were talking about when Igboho was picked up in Benin Republic. Oh no, Koiki, you run away now. We saw you run away. Shut up! You think I run away? Idiot all over the place. Because you want to know too much. I flew out of Benin in the afternoon while Igboho was meant to fly out in the evening. But it was stopped. And you run away. Idiot all over the place. I won't lose you. Because you don't know what is happening at the back end. And you think I am like that, people where they eat foul nyash. So come on social media and turn everything to content. We will remain standing shoulder to shoulder with Igboho for putting his life at risk to save Yoruba people from the damage that the Fulanis are bringing to our land, which Gani Adams refused to do because he's the one that say is the generalismo. So we expect him to be the one to lead, but rather he's waiting for his own kickback. But we know that he can't get any kickback from Tinubu because they are two different enemies of each other. And I've told Gani Adams, come out, talk fully about Yoruba Nation. We will give you all the support that you need from this desk called Koiki Media. Because I knew Gani Adams before Igboho. And the reason why I traveled to Ondo State in 2017 was because of Gani Adams and the late Uncle Dapo Williams that died in London. Go better for you now. Koiki and Igboho, they're not doing Yoruba Nation anymore. Tinubu don't pay them off because they want to know what I know. If Igboho is not doing Yoruba Nation anymore, you all have the right. Thank you so much for the super chat, Dizzy Man 123. to also take yourself out of your comfort zone and return back to Nigeria and see what you can do to help Yoruba people to get the hell out of Nigeria. But that will not stop Igboho and Baba Akintoye to continue to lead the movement. Have you not heard that there's a woman called Dupe Onitiri that called herself the former wife of late MK Abiola? That she even says she has declared Yoruba nation. You've never heard about her. What is the end of them today? So, if you are still one of those that is bitter about Igboho and Baba Akintoye, whether they are in the movement, they have compromised, they are not doing Yoruba nation anymore. Thank you so much, Safety Domain, as well, for the super chat. Bankole Fawayimi Mokeisa. Dupe Dagburu. You know what they call Dagburu? I was listening to one of the media from the Biafra. Can't remember which one. I think the one in Belgium, my brother. Some of Yoruba people say, the Igbo people, they know they fight to Biafra. Because you are not on Twitter now. There are some of them that called DOS, DOS. There are some of them are listening to me right now. The evil they have against what happened in Finland, you'll be surprised. Igbo won't stop Yoruba nation because Tinubu is in power. Igbo is not doing anything anymore. Because they want people like us to come out and say something. But there's nothing in this movement that I don't know. The first 10 people, Yoruba nation, my name must be included. But I am not sent to you when I am not sent to you. I am sent to you when I'm sent to you. But I talk from the perspective of a journalist. Just like Khashoggi was doing until he was murdered by the Saudi government. So what makes you think that the Nigerian government cannot murder any one of us as well? Which they will not be able to do because our go duro. Then we continue to pray and become very careful as well. And we will continue to watch our back. Because for every day, there's somebody out there that is ready to take us out. And it's just not me, including those on the homeland. So when you are the one sitting in the computer there and be doing all this your voice note, bring your face out. Let's see your face as well so that you can become a target. Some of you where they use fake account. It's only on this show people will call, they say, mention your name, they can't mention their name. And you say, but Koiki name is good to be mentioned all over the world. I give kudos to my wives and my children and my beautiful mother. Those are more than enough to keep me going. All others are just extra, which are called, you know, when they say body, as we dey shield Igboho, we go to shield them. If you attack him, I go attack you. If my ego general attack him, I attack you. If anybody attack him, I attack you in the back. If you attack Baba Akintoye, I will go attack your father. That is the reason why I told them in 2021 when I went home that this media will stand. If all the media run away, I'm more than enough to handle every single one of you. I am your last man standing. I have the zeal, I have the energy, and I know my star. And we will continue to pray to the gods of the Yoruba land to continue to protect Igboho and Baba Akintoye for us. Thank you so much. Our beautiful mother just says there, Comfort Ologunja. I believe Dupe Onitiri can see how a country has been declared, claiming that she has declared a fake country to herself and a dry nation. Thank you so much, Aziz Shakiru. Let us stay together in one unity so that we can push things and pull the structure down quickly. She came in and some some diaspora bought into that nonsense. Nigerians must understand that nobody hates anybody. But we need to review the situation on the ground. If not, let's go back to the spiritual realm. I think I can still give you a bit of maybe another 30 minutes.
Stronger than viper, stronger than serpent, stinging serpent, and stronger than any wild beast and any water beast or whatever it is. And this was called the time and season versus time and season. Evil for evil, good for good, light for light, darkness for darkness. And this was called surveillance from the sea, brand of Faradila as well. I don't understand. What's this? Major prophet of God, you are the scanning instrument of the Almighty to scan through the realm of the Spirit and begin to dictate. And he says, this is what's called the time and season. The time and season. The time and season. The time and season. Spiritual intel. Spiritual intel. I want to rebuke this. And the Lord said, no, thou shalt not rebuke. This is not in your power to rebuke. For it shall surely come to pass on the face of the earth. Who can stand against this? What about war powers? What about America? Can America stand against this? Can China stand against this? Can what powers stand against this? We can stand against this. The major prophet of God is seeing the realm of the Spirit. Flesh and blood cannot see. Flesh and blood cannot understand. Men cannot understand. Flesh and blood cannot understand. These are the things of the Spirit. These are the apocalypse. And the things that are in the realm of the Spirit that can only be understood by what's called the eye of the Lord. The eye of the Lord. The eye of Jehovah. This is what I'm seeing. What was this? Unthinkable. And this was called shutdown, lockdown. Sit at home. Can this earth withstand what I'm seeing? And I'm saying this was called the seashore. This was called the bite. And the seashore. Right deeper into the oceans, deeper into the Atlantic, deeper into the marine world, right there from the high sea, from the Mediterranean Sea, from the Pacific Ocean, from the Atlantic Ocean, from the ocean, the water, and the evil versus evil. And the Bible says that Jesus took upon himself flesh because of the sons and his inheritance were flesh and blood. He took upon himself the form of a man, that he may go and destroy he that has the power of life and death.
We come back to the spiritual realm. Let me appreciate a few more comments. Mukiawa Kentos Abebi, the vice president of Ifelodun, Uzoma Donald. Igbos and Yorubas are the ones that makes these their Nigeria great, and we will be the one to put the structure down peacefully, non-violent, but ready to defend. Ifelodun Apapo and the world media were fully involved in the activities of Igbo's dinner and the rally. Prince Bamidele Olawale Ogunbajo. Shout out to Dr. Zabi, the president of the Yoruba World Media, and the rest of the team. David Eze, good morning. Yakubu Kolawole, good morning. Let me read back again. Nigeria needs now the courage to dissolve. I'll just give us another 30 minutes.